Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Katie Martin, and I'm a meteorologist at the National Weather Service office here in Peachtree City, Atlanta. And this is the recorded weekly weather briefing for Thursday, March 17th. And this briefing will focus on weather impacts between the 18th and 23rd of March. So here are the main points we'll be talking about. Coming up pretty soon, tomorrow actually, we'll have a threat for some strong to severe storms across pretty much all of north and central Georgia. The main timing will be late in the morning through the evening hours, and as we'll see in the graphic coming up, the greatest chance for severe storms will be across our southwestern counties, with pretty much all severe weather threats on the table. That is damaging wind, gust, hail, and a few tornadoes. Dry conditions are expected this weekend and early next week, with cool overnights and then spring-like high temperatures during the day. Specifically, highs will be in the 60s and 70s today through Monday, and then we will warm up further across the area into the 70s and 80s for Tuesday and Wednesday. Because of the dry weather expected, we will probably need to be monitoring for dangerous fire weather conditions going forward during that time. And finally, another storm system is expected to impact north and central Georgia over the middle of next week. And while there is a good bit of uncertainty this far out, there are signals in the forecast models that suggest that strong to severe storms and heavy rain could be threats. So a quick look at what's been happening today. This is the pretty much true color or the satellite imagery that you might see as just being the naked eye looking at Earth from space. So you can see the fog from earlier this morning across parts of the area beginning to dissipate, and then the L over the Four Corners region there is actually a low pressure system that will go on to be the system that moves through the eastern U.S. tomorrow or Friday, and that will provide us with that potential strong to severe weather threat. Before we hop into the severe weather possible tomorrow, a quick look at drought conditions shows that a good chunk of our central Georgia counties are under abnormally dry conditions, with a sliver there of our southeastern counties actually in moderate drought conditions, or D1. So a nice soaking rain going forward with these next couple of systems will certainly be advantageous in that respect. So the severe weather potential on Friday. The timing is going to be late in the morning through the evening, and it's going to kind of migrate from west to east as showers and storms move across the area. Again, the main threats are going to be damaging wind gust, hail, and a few tornadoes. Here we can see that most of the area is outlooked in that marginal risk, which translates to a 1 out of 5 if you're thinking about 5 being the most severe weather, most concerning severe weather possible, with portions of our southwestern area in a level 2, or a slight risk, as the Storm Prediction Center calls that. So as the system, the larger system, moves off to the east and to the north, we'll continue a severe weather potential on Saturday, though it will mainly be relegated to the southern third or so of our forecast area. Though there will be a sliver of severe weather threats around a level 1, so marginal risk for some severe storms in the afternoon and evening, with our far southeastern portion of the area under a level 2 or slight risk. And in that area, again, the main threat will actually mainly be wind gust, but hail and a tornado cannot be ruled out. So here is the day 1 through 3 rainfall forecast. This rainfall will mainly be contributed by the system I was just talking about that will move through on Friday and then exit the area on Saturday. In general, rainfall totals aren't really all that impressive. Mainly we'll just get a pretty healthy soaking rain for a lot of the area, with totals mainly ranging from 1/10 of an inch farther south and east, gradually increasing to about a half an inch for a good chunk of western and north Georgia, with maybe some higher totals there in the higher elevations of north Georgia, as we sometimes get some help from the mountainous terrain to squeeze out some more moisture and some more rainfall across that area. On that note, there is a concern for some isolated flash flooding to be possible across our westernmost counties, mainly south of I-20 on Friday, and that area of concern is circled there in the yellow. So mainly Columbus and points north to western Atlanta suburbs. All right, so since this weekend and early next week are trending dry with pretty much 0% chances of rain, and as I mentioned earlier, cooler overnights and then warmer spring-like afternoons, we'll jump ahead to our next weather system that'll provide us a good amount of rain and also a storm threat, and that will occur on days 6 through 7 in the forecast. So this is Tuesday, March 22nd. And that is also Wednesday, all day Wednesday, March 23rd. So this system, while we're pretty far out forecast-wise, there are signals in the models that suggest that there is a threat for heavy rain and also a chance for some severe storms across portions of the area. So this is the rainfall forecast with that system. And I've put a yellow box there around the rainfall totals displayed here on the map. Pretty widespread totals of 1.5 to 2.5 inches are being forecast, and this is over perhaps a 24-36 hour period. So this will be a system that we probably will be watching as we get closer for flash flooding concerns or some local rises on creeks, streams, and rivers. A lot to still be determined with this system as we're still pretty far out, as I said, but nonetheless, this could be a system to certainly watch as we go forward. All right, so we'll hop over now to how temperatures are trending toward the end of the 7-day forecast and beyond. So going forward over the next week and a half or so, in general, the Climate Prediction Center is forecasting above normal temperatures, or those above normal temperatures being quite likely across Georgia. So we'll be looking at most likely continued warmer than average spring-like temperatures going forward. And not surprisingly, after talking about the rainfall expected in the middle of next week, our days 6 through 10 precip outlook is also trending above normal per the Climate Prediction Center. Greater than a 50% chance for pretty much all of north and central Georgia that we will have above normal precipitation for this time of year going forward during that time period. All right, to wrap things up, we talked about quite a bit, so we'll break it down again in segments. We have strong to severe storms possible tomorrow or Friday across all of north and central Georgia, with the greatest chance for severe storms across our southwestern counties, where the ingredients for stronger storms seem to be lining up at this time. The timing for the severe weather is late morning through the evening, generally trending from west to east, with the main threats being damaging wind gusts, hail, and a few tornadoes. There's also a chance for some of these strong to severe storms to occur on Saturday, but mainly across the southern and eastern third or so of the forecast area. Dry conditions are expected this weekend as we will be between systems during that time period, and Monday also is looking to be dry. During this time, we're expecting cool overnights, but with the dry air in place, we'll warm up quite effectively during the afternoons, with spring-like temperatures in the 60s and 70s today through Monday, and then highs climbing further into the 70s and 80s for Tuesday and Wednesday. With the dry air in place, we'll be monitoring for dangerous fire weather conditions like low minimum relative humidities, winds, and drying smaller fuels as we go forward. And finally, another storm system is forecast to impact north and central Georgia over the middle of next week. And while there's a good deal of uncertainty about 6-7 days out, there are signals that are telling us that strong to severe storms and heavy rain could again be threats. That wraps up the weekly weather briefing for this week. As always, feel free to connect with us if you have any questions about the forecast. We have a new decision support page at the web address listed there in yellow. We're also on social media, trying to post every day there on pertinent weather information, and our phone number, as well as our web address there for our website are shown. Thank you, everyone, and we hope you have a great end of your week and weekend.